Welcome to Coffee with Bridget, and today's coffee is blueberry shortcake, blueberry and vanilla. And I'm drinking it out of my beautiful mermaid fish scale cup. This is one of those cups that I was afraid of using because I was afraid of it breaking. Didn't want to use it up, but you know, life is one of those things. You might as well use things instead of locking them away behind a glass and saving it for later. So I kind of went MIA this week. It was because I had a court date on Friday. I was exhausted after it. I slept for 12 hours. I went to bed at 6:20 p.m. and slept until 6 a.m. So I was exhausted. It was nerve-wracking. It was a tough week, but things worked out, and that's what's important. But I'm not going to talk about that in this Coffee with Bridget. This Coffee with Bridget is about the new moon in Gemini that's coming up. So this is a beautiful new moon. It has beautiful symbols behind it. It is a gorgeous energy. So to start off with the zodiacal chart, the two things that stood out to me is the fact that Venus and Leo at 1 degree is conjunct Jupiter in Cancer, and at 1 degree, Venus and Leo is the warrior energy. It's a warrior love energy, and you add Jupiter to that, and it's like a universal warrior love energy. So really, we have this energy of campaigning for love. You know, of stepping up and stepping into the sunshine, into the light, and, you know, advocating for love. That is the overall, you know, that's the strongest energy that I saw when I looked at the chart. The other thing that I saw is that Black Moon Lilith is opposing this new moon. Now, Black Moon Lilith, it represents all of our fears. So our fears are coming up. We have this universal love energy, but our fears are coming up and kind of holding us back. And that's okay. When the light shines brightest is when our fears tend to crop up because we can see them so much. They're illuminated. And working with that energy, we can really grow into something more powerful. Now, Gemini is the sign of thinking, of, you know, mental acuity. So we're thinking this new moon. This is a moon where the inception of ideas is very possible, because the new moon itself in the indigenous tradition is the flower moon. And the flower moon is all about pollination. You know, flowers are a beautiful symbol. They're the product of the seeds that we planted during the winter. They are a hint of what the harvest could be in the future. Not every flower turns into fruit, but an abundance of flowers on a plant or a tree indicates that it's going to be fruitful, indicates that it's going to be a bountiful harvest. And like I said, right now is the time of pollination. This is where bees come into play. This is a time of community. This is a time where that energy of communication is leading to new inspired ideas, new inspired thoughts, new inspired concepts. You know, the word is inspiration here. Now, the tarot card is the Lover's card. And the Lover's card is the balance of the conscious mind and the subconscious. Oftentimes we have an imbalance there. Either the subconscious and the emotions are in control and in the driver's seat with most people. You know, the subconscious patterns that we inherited that were created. Or the conscious mind, which is creating something new, something fresh, something that is uniquely us instead of the patterns that we created. So we have this pollination within the mind, between the subconscious and the conscious mind. This pollination in the tarot and in alchemy leads to the alchemical child with the harvest. So really, we're feeling that inspiration. We're feeling that connection right now. Now, this new moon is also at 24 degrees of Gemini. So 24 breaks down to 6, which is the number for relationships. So relationships are being highlighted. So our relationships might bring us more inspiration than usual right now. They may inspire us to try new things, inspire us to get out of the house and do stuff that we haven't done before. So this is a time of exploration. Now, the alchemical stage associated with this is fixation. And fixation really is about integration with this stage and this process of the new moons. And the 13 moons, I explained that integration is basically the focus of this new moon. We're integrating things. We're taking them in. It has to do with that pollination, the idea, the inspiration that's coming forward. Let's see, what else? The candle for this new moon is yellow, because yellow is the direction of air. And so the plant is jasmine, which is a very complex flavor, if you've ever had jasmine tea. So it's jasmine essence, jasmine essential oil. I did use lemon balm as the tea for this one. I'm not really sure why I chose that. I think I have jasmine as a tea somewhere else. So lemon balm is an uplifting, zesty, powerful, tea that really invigorates you. And this energy is an invigorating energy. The Gemini new moon is, integration. It is pollination. It is this beautiful combination of symbols that really lead you to a new understanding. On the hero's journey in the 13 moons, which the 13 moons is my book, the hero's journey stage is the mentor. So this is a time where we might get guidance. When we pick up a book and reread something and we integrate it into our consciousness, it's a powerful way of being inspired. A book can change us in a lot of ways. A movie can change us in a lot of ways. Integrating these ideas, comprehending new states of being, new ways of looking at the world. It's a wonderful energy to work with because it's so full of potential. So when you're setting your new moon intentions tonight or this weekend, we can do new moon rituals 3 days before the new moon and 3 days after. So you've got 6 days to play with, or you can do it on, I think the new moon is actually on Monday. I will probably do this Sunday. I'll probably do my new moon ritual Sunday. But the new moon intentions, should be inspiring. They should be something that, really connects you to your next level, what your hopes are, your aspirations. So, for me, it'll be, a nice new place to live, a smooth transition, those will be kind of my goals. Now, to set the intention, write it on a paper, and with air, we tear it up. We tear it into little pieces. That represents the mind integrating it. So you write the intention and then tear it up and then put it in your sacred space if you want, or bury it in your garden, or whatever you want to do with the pieces of paper that feels right for you. But that's how we set intentions under an air new moon. It's a little too early for me to do a moon ritual with you, but I wanted to tell you the method that I use when it comes to the element of air. The sound tool is the tuning fork, and the tuning fork is also about frequencies. It's matching frequencies. And so, again, we're matching frequencies, we're pollinating, we're coming to a flowering period in our lives. And the pollination is a strong symbol for me, especially the bees community. It's really about finding and experiencing new ideas and a lot of growth. And that growth is in relationships. So those are the symbols and the meanings of this new moon. I hope you get a lot out of the symbolism and the energy of it. And I hope you have a wonderful new moon ritual if you're going to do a new moon ritual. And the next 2 weeks should be very interesting as we find this inspiration to step forward into the next stage of life. So take care and bye for now.